All right, what's up, everybody? Command Chase Coach 704 PEL Primetime Elite League. It's been a minute. Things have been kind of slow in terms of playing games, so I figured I'd jump it back up with the regular season ending and go over how everything turned out. Getting ready to get into the playoffs. Always a fun time with the more active guys now. Really wanting to chase the Season 5 PEL Championship. What you see on the screen, of course, are the best teams in the league. All those teams are playoff teams. Are going to go through and see how everything broke down. Go over the seedings, look at the matchups. Then we got awards and then XP and all that fun stuff. Wrapped up in a nice little neat package in this PEL Season 5 in a regular season show. Alright, so AFC. Browns earned the number 1 seed, going 15-1, an excellent, incredible season for the Browns. Their only loss was a sim loss to the Bengals. Texans at 14-2, earning the number 2 seed, and that was earned in Week 17 with their win over the Dolphins. Dolphins, as a result, are now 13-2-1 and are the number 3 seed, hosting a wild card game this week. Let's see. 4 seed is the Chargers, who won a tiebreaker over the Broncos. You can see they were ranked 16 and 17. Everything else was pretty much even. They split in the regular season series. Their AFC records were the same. So when it's like that in Madden just goes to whoever's ranked higher based on whatever they base it on. And at 9-7, the Chargers got in over the Broncos, who were also 9-7. Second year in a row, the Chargers have won the tiebreaker over the Broncos. That is crazy. So the Chargers are the 4 seed and hosting a wild card game. And then the wild card teams, as we already talked about, the Patriots at 11-5 are on the road at the Chargers in the wild card round. And then the Ravens, 11-5, are on the road in Miami. For their wild card round. Once again, another 10-6 team. The AFC does not make the playoffs in the Tennessee Titans, and now he had a hell of a season, making over that roster from when it wasn't taken care of from a previous Titans owner. And I expect him to be in the playoffs next year, for sure. Bengals, probably one of the better 9-7 teams around. They were top 10 in offense and defense. You see the points for and the points against. A really, really strong offensive team. They just lost close games. And I'll tell you, in this league, the margin between winning and losing with a great team is really, really close. I admire how they've built that roster, but they need a little more experience when those games are on the line. And hopefully they learn from the experiences this year and they can bounce back next year and then get into playoffs. They've been really close the last couple years. But I admire, everything they've done to turn that into a competitive team in that very tough AFC conference. Colts at 9-7 missed some games. That's what kept him out the playoffs. Broncos 9-7, man, I'll tell you, 2 years in a row losing out in the tiebreaker sucks. But I'll tell you, when I coach football, one of the things I always said, you don't leave it to chance. So if you want to beat Deontay, you're going to have to damn just beat him. That's the best advice I could say on that. Raiders, and going 8-8 in the tough AFC is a very good accomplishment for the Raiders. They didn't quit. You see, they ended the season winning 4 straight games. Hopefully they can take that. That division is right there for the taking. You can see the guys that won the division were 9-7, so they're right there on the cusp of breaking out and doing something good in Oakland. They're real close. Jags 6-9-1. You look at that roster, that has to be a disappointing season, but they play in the toughest conference or the toughest division and the toughest conference in the AFC. So, they did finish with 3 wins in a row. That's some positive stuff going into next season. Of course, they'll have a bevy of draft picks, but they don't have a lot of money. So he'll have to make some good picks to supplement a otherwise incredible roster. Steelers at 5-11, showing a little progress this year. He played some games. 5-11. That's an improvement. That's a better record than they've had in Pittsburgh, and that's good to see. I'm glad to see that Jerome is starting to pick up the activity a little bit. Bills 3-12-1. Obviously went on auto. Hopefully they'll come back ready to go. Chiefs 3-13. The Chiefs will not be back. So if you know someone interested on a spot, it's a good time to get in right before the off season. Jets 0-16. We'll see if he's ready to go next year. I believe he will be. I just saw he was in the chat today. So hopefully by the time next season rolls around, he'll be ready to go. All right, in the NFC, we got the Rams, of course, at 15-1, the evil empire in Los Angeles, earning the number 1 seed once again, and a bye going into the playoffs. Panthers 12-4 earned the number 2 seed. Not our typical season. This year was tough. A lot of ups and downs. We've won 5 in a row, but I feel like we've just been having to fight for every damn thing this year, which is good in a way. But we won the tiebreaker over the Giants. I don't know. Let me see if it was conference. No, same conference record. So that just came down to Madden. Madden favored us. I watched Ben's last predictions, and it was funny that he said, why do I hate the bye week? I've learned that I'm very much a rhythm player. If I'm able to play regularly, I play a lot better than having a break. Because I tell you, the last time I came off the bye, we were 7-1 and won 7 in a row. Went into Baltimore and everything was just messed up. I think I missed 2 games, and then it takes me a minute to get my rhythm back. So, it's cool to have the bye, have a number 2 seed, but it just messes me up for whatever reason. I don't know why. I got to stay active. So the Giants 12-4, the number 3 seed, really good season for them. They'll be hosting a wild card game this weekend against the Buccaneers. They've won 7 in a row. Number 4 seed are the Vikings at 11-5. They'll be hosting a wild card game this weekend against the Redskins. The Redskins are the first wild card at 11-5 out of NFC East, won 4 in a row. And then the Buccaneers, on the strength of many forced wins, I can say that, 10-6 and get into playoffs for the second year in a row, which is good. I'm glad. And they are going on the road to play the Giants in this wild card weekend. Cowboys 9-7. You can see what hurt them. They were right there in position at 9-4. They lost 3 in a row coming down the stretch. One of those being a sim loss to the Jaguars, and then 2 losses to the nemesis Redskins. I know that's going to eat them up going into the off season. But they are making strides, and they're right there at the door of the playoffs. Cardinals at 8-8. Once again, they're another team that has made strides and finished the season well with 2 wins in a row. On the cusp of the playoffs, finishing second in the NFC West. And that's actually a good thing above the Seahawks. I think that's a good progression for them. The Seahawks is 7-9. Still a lot of talent on that team, but they don't have a lot of money. And then some of those guys are starting to get a little older and starting to decline a little bit. So they're going to have to make some tough decisions, I think, in the offseason. They're going to keep those guys as they get older, or they're going to make some cuts and try to free up some money to get free agents in there. Packers, they had started off pretty good, but then they got busy and stopped playing. So we'll see where they shake out in the offseason. Same thing with the Lions. Bears 4-11-1. The other team that you can see their points allowed is not bad, but that offense, man, they got to find something on offense. And I keep saying it's Trubisky. I keep saying that. And maybe he'll get a different quarterback, but we'll see. Falcons went on auto. And those numbers aren't reflective of how Ben is. I think the auto really hurt those. But, he'll be back hopefully next year when this game gets patched once again. If he didn't see the story, there's another patch coming out mid to late next week for the run thing where people just keep getting run over and all that crap or whatever. 49ers 3-13 also went on auto. Eric, I know he'll be back. I know he said he's going to, he was taking a couple classes, I believe. So I think once he gets settled with that, he'll be back next year. Eagles 1-15, house situation, trying to sell it and everything. And then the Saints, I already talked to him. He'll be back next year to rebuild the roster is what he told me. All right, so that's how everything shook out this year in the regular season. Taking a look at the playoff matchups for this week, I'll give my brief thoughts on those because I know Ben will be doing a prediction video. Ravens, Dolphins, this is going to be a hell of a matchup between a very good defensive player in Caleb and a very good offensive player. And the Dolphins, who I just found out, he has a very cool job at the University of Georgia as a former receiver at Georgia. Very cool to have those kind of guys in the league. So, hey, glad to have you, man, and appreciate you, sticking around and, playing it out with us. And that's going to be a contrast of styles. The Dolphins really throw the ball well. Ravens really play defense well, play ball control offense. Whoever can impose their game, the best is going to win it. Bucks Giants. This is an interesting matchup, especially because the Bucks hadn't played in a while here. I think they're in another league. I think they said to stay sharp for this one. So hopefully they'll be ready to go because they hadn't played with their team here in a little while. The Giants obviously coming off a big win over the Vikings. That's a huge win. So they're fresh. They've won 7 in a row. The way Kyle plays, I think, will give the Bucks some problems. The Bucks are going to have to, if they can get the running game going, they're very tough to stop because he will stick with it. Thanks to the advice I gave him that hurt myself. But like I said, that's a great thing. But yeah, I think Kyle's style is good for, him against the Bucks. If they don't turn the ball over, I like the Giants in that game. Patriots Chargers. Deontay played the Rams Ramon really well. He had that ball with a chance to win it late. Or at least tie it and send it to overtime. So he's playing his best ball right now. And don't let the 9-7 record fool you. We all know how good Deontay is. The Patriots, it's good to see them in the playoffs. I'll tell you that now. I appreciate the Patriots user coming in and playing his way into the playoffs, though they did get 6 wins through Sims or Forces or the previous Patriots owner that was very, very cheesy, but they're in. So they have to make the most of this. There's no pressure. Being new in here with that team, the Patriots do have some good players, but no one expects the Patriots to do much here. There's a lot of pressure on Deontay to go in and win this game. So if I'm the Patriots, you let it hang out, man, and, see what happens. Then Redskins and Vikings. This will be a good game. Both of these guys on offense kind of play it similar. They will run the ball if it's presented to them, but they both like to throw the football. The Vikings, I think, are a little more downfield with the speed they have, but the Redskins have some speed of their own with Richardson and the guy they got in the trade. I can't remember who they picked up. They picked up another speed guy. J.J. Nelson. So they both have speed guys on offense. They'll try to push it down the field. Defensively, the Vikings have some good players on defense. The Redskins scheme will be interesting to see how they play the Vikings. But I know both of those guys very well, so that's going to be a very, very good game to watch there in the NFC. I would expect that game to be a close one, but we'll see how it shakes out. All right, so let's look at the league award winners. All right, so we got, of course, Todd Gurley, everyone's favorite as league MVP this year. And then you see the other guys that were there in the running. Mayfield, of course, with the Browns is a beast. Watson, of course, the same thing with the Texans. Ronald Jones, he killed me when we played. Willie Beeman, he was all over the place when he played us. Kuiper, of course, good. He's developed him into a good pocket quarterback. That's a good job. Jordan Weaver being on here is amazing. Our rookie quarterback in Carolina. I'm so happy with him. Nathan Blue, of course, dominating running back. With the Texans, Montana, that's the effective sim stats. Same thing with Nyheim Hines right there. Coach of the year, Hugh Jackson of the Browns, deservedly so. Although they both the Browns and the Rams have amazing rosters, to get that job done. AFC awards, Offensive Player of the Year, of course, Baker Mayfield once again. Defensive Player of the Year, Jadeveon Clowney coming off that edge for the Texans. I don't know how many sacks he has. I wish we could go to the player profile from here, but we can't. Thanks, Madden. Offensive Rookie of the Year, DJ Simmons. He was the one good receiver in the draft last year. And the sim stats help him out in Buffalo this year. And you see the other guys right there. I remember Cisse was picked in the second round running back for the Steelers. Let's see, who else looks familiar here? Don't remember the rest of those guys. So, alright. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Matt Whitaker. For the Texans. I wish I knew what position he played, but I don't. How many Jace Davises are we going to make? I've seen 3, and I corrected one of them because I don't want to see this all over the dang on place. But anyway, Blankenship was that very good DN that was in the middle of the first round for the Bills. That was a good pick there. He's developed with the sim stats. All right. Best quarterback, of course, Baker Mayfield once again. Best running back, Ronald Jones II for the Browns. Best receiver, Anthony Schwartz, the speed freak from the Jaguars who gets probably 8 deep ball attempts a game. That's why Bo Nix has 59 interceptions. Best offensive lineman, former storyline player Mango McMichael for the Browns. And you see this is why you're 15-1. Look at that. That's insane right there. Good Lord. Good Lord. Emmanuel Ogbah for the Browns. My goodness. Best linebacker, Jadeveon Clowney, Texans. Bradley Roby. There you go. Best DB. Look at those DBs for the Broncos. My goodness. What a secondary. And best kicker, Zane Gonzalez. Well, like the Browns need another award. There you go. Good job. All right. NFC. Todd Gurley, also Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Oh, good Lord. Are you serious? This crap. Come on, man. Jeez. Someone else a chance. Hey, Jordan Weaver, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That was a shoe-in. He played his ass off this year. He started the year off with 11 touchdowns and no interceptions, and he's been awesome. Defensive Rookie of the Year, of course, Monday loses out to the sim stats leader, Banks McIntyre for the Lions. I tell you. Come on, man. Jim Kuiper, best quarterback for the Vikings. That's well deserved. Best running back, Todd Gurley. McCaffrey got up to number 2. Good effort. Best receiver, Curtis Samuel. No surprise for the Vikings. Best OL, Lamango Hakili, former storyline player for the Rams. Best D-line, Aaron Donald for the Rams. Best linebacker, Shaquem Griffin for the Seahawks. Best DB, Ben Pruitt for the Giants. I tell you, I let that guy go because I don't need him in my sub packages, and I know Kyle uses him in the sub package, as that safety, and he's just making interceptions all over the place because you guys don't know how to read the damn field. Anyway, best kicker, Aldrick Rosas for the Giants. All right. Good job, everybody, on those. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Let's look at the stat leaders. All right, so in the NFL this year, total offense leader, well, not the Saints. Bengals, Vikings, Bucks, Dolphins, Jets are top 5 in total offense. Passing, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Chargers, Texans. Good job. Top 5 rushing teams, Rams, Bucks, Bengals, Dolphins, Colts. Points per game, top 5. Browns, Dolphins, Rams, Bengals, Redskins. Good job on all those. Defensively, top defensive teams in the league. Total yardage, Redskins, Rams, Vikings, Titans, Browns. Top pass defenses, Rams, Redskins, Raiders, Jaguars, Vikings. Look at the Raiders in there, that pass defense. I hear you, Blake. Good job. Top run defenders, Browns, Dolphins, Giants, Browns, Vikings. Points. Point defenses, Rams, Browns, Redskins, Giants, Cowboys. Sack leaders, Browns, Jags, Dolphins, Broncos, Chargers. Hit stick kings, fumbles, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Jags, Chargers. Interception leaders, Browns, Rams, Giants, Dolphins, Texans. Good job. Most efficient teams, conversions, third down percentage, very important, keeping the drives alive. Vikings, Redskins, Bucks, Panthers, Bengals. All those teams are winning teams right there. Don't worry about fourth downs. Red zone efficiency, scoring points in the red zone. Who got down there the most? Browns, Dolphins, Bengals, Patriots, Panthers, top 5 in those. TDs in the red zone. Browns, Dolphins, Panthers, Bengals, Texans. See the theme here. Get in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. All those are winning teams. Conversion percentage in the red zone. Redskins, Patriots, Bengals, Panthers, Browns. Once again, all winning teams right there. Defensive percentage, you want that to be low in the red zone. Look at that. Texans, Rams, Cardinals, Broncos, Jets. Good job. Well, Jets really don't count, but, you know, anyway. Penalties. Least penalized team, Panthers. Disciplined players. Disciplined players don't get penalties. That's the secret. Most penalized, of course, are your auto teams right there. And then out of the auto teams, Rams. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. You're leaving that aggressive damn rush on. That's why. Damn it. Turnovers. Most efficient teams. Broncos, nice. Plus 30. Wow. Rams, Colts, Dolphins, Texans. Good job right there. That's plus minus turnovers. That should have got the Broncos in the playoffs. Good God. Plus 30? That is awesome, man. Good gracious. Oh, well. All right. What else are we looking at here? Oh, individual stats. All right. And we've been going to the NFL. All right. Let's go by yardage. Top passing quarterbacks: Jim Kuiper, Vikings; Steven Rivers, Chargers; Sean Watson, Texans; Baker Mayfield, Browns; Willie Steeman Beeman, Bengals; Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. I thought he ran the ball. Wow, good job. All right. Touchdown pass leaders: Baker Mayfield 35, Jim Kuiper 32, Willie Beeman 32, Carson Wentz 32, Lamar Jackson 28, Watson 27, Montana with 27, Andrew Luck 26, Jordan Weaver 26. Let's see. Most interceptions. Bo Nix. I was wrong. Not 59 interceptions, 57. 57 interceptions for Bo Nix. All right. Top completion percentage among starting quarterbacks. Let's see. Oh, Jordan Weaver. Oh, wow. Jordan Weaver, 72%. Mayfield, 71%. Carson Wentz, 67. Montana, 67. Kuiper, 66. Good job. QB rating. Let's see. Weaver, 120.9. Mayfield, 119. Kuiper 117.8, Wentz 112.8, and see, Jared Goff 108.2. Very good. Good stuff, guys. Look at these touchdown interception ratios. This is much improved. This is really good. 26-9, 35-10, 32-12, 32-8, 25-8, 27-10, 32-15, 28-9, 27-16, 25-12, 25-19, 23-17, 15-7, 23-13. Well, that's Sim. Rosen 25-22. A lot better job overall. Touchdown, interceptions. People are starting to do better and reading defenses and throwing the football and not making mistakes. Very, very good job. Proud of that. All right, top rushing leaders in the league by yardage. Of course, Todd Gurley, league MVP, 1754. Joe Mixon, 1423. Leonard Fournette, 1294. Nyheim Hines, 1254 with the Colts. And Nathan Blue, 1229 with the Texans. Rushing touchdowns. Todd Gurley, 18. Ronald Jones, second, 15 with the Browns. Derrick Henry, big truck, 14 TDs with the Ravens. Kenyon Drake, 14 TDs with the Dolphins. Nyheim Hines, 13 with the Colts. Good job. All right, receivers. Let's do receivers by catches first and then yardage. All right, so Sim stats. All right, Will Fuller, 75. That's good. More Sim stats. Good gracious. Stephon Diggs, 69. Curtis Samuel, 68. Kevin McMillan, well, that's Sim stats too. More Sim stats. Good gracious. Get more games simmed. Anyways, so the most legit ones: Will Fuller, Stephon Diggs, Curtis Samuel, Antonio Callaway, DJ Moore. All right, good job. Receivers by yardage. There's Anthony Schwartz, 1829 by far. It's all them damn deep balls. Curtis Samuel, 1567. Nick Henry with the Bengals, 1265. He had a really good year. DJ Moore, 1217. Dante Pettis, 1157. Conley, 1122. N'Keal Harry for the Cardinals, 1102. DeAndre Hopkins, 1088. Fuller, 1086. 2,000-yard receivers for the Texans. Very impressive. Good job. Receiving touchdowns on the year. Schwartz with 16. The indomitable Tony Flash with 14. Keelan Cole with 11. Okay. Jakeem Grant with 11. Dante Pettis, 11. Of course, John Ross with 10. Demir Bird with 10. Good job. He had a really good year. He's my number 3 receiver. That's awesome. Odell Beckham with 10. So good job on those guys. And then defensively standing out, we're not going to do tackles. Let's look at sacks. Oh, wow. Kamoko Toure, 20.5 sacks. He was a big free agent guy. I know a lot of guys were trying to get. Now I see why. Good gracious. Wow. Malik Pellerin, 18.5 with the Redskins. Aaron Donald, 17.5 with the Rams. And there's Jadeveon Clowney, 17 sacks. Ogba, 17 sacks with the Browns. There's Bosa, 16.5 with the Chargers. Khalil Mack, 16.5 with the Raiders. Bradley Chubb, 16 with the Broncos. Myles Garrett, 16 Browns. Devin White, 15.5 with the Bengals. And Yannick Ngakoue, 14 with the Jaguars. And Hakeem Fisher, very good storyline player, 13.5 with the Cowboys. And Dante Fowler Jr., 13 with the Patriots. Big reason why they got in the playoffs. League leaders in interceptions. Nobody in double digits. We're starting to get this thing right a little bit. Bradley Roby, 9 interceptions for the Broncos. Duke Dawson, 8 interceptions with the Broncos. Good job right there. John Lynch, 7 interceptions. I can't get no love. I hope he got a Pro Bowl at least. Good season for him. Trey Flowers with 7 for the Patriots. Babyface Thompson, 7 with the Rams. Greedy Williams, 7 with the Bengals. Good job right there on all those. All right. Now, let's take a look at XP and how to, let's take a look how to check for your Pro Bowls. So you're going to go to My Team, and you're going to go to your roster, okay? Alright, so on your roster, you can go, let's see who, I think a quarterback made it, so go to your player card, few player card. Well, I know he made because he got those points right there. But under your progression history, you scroll all the way over, you see that. You see the awards that he won for the year. So you see Pro Bowl appearance on there. He also won the passer rating leader, offensive rookie of the year. Okay. So you do that for every player you think might have made the Pro Bowl, and you can just verify your Pro Bowl players that way. Of course, when we get to the Pro Bowl stage, I'll, stream the Pro Bowl, and you can, see if your guy made it that way also. But if you didn't make the playoffs, that's a good way you can, occupy some time, do your skill points with the XP they earned, look at the awards they got, and you can still do your articles, because articles don't end until the playoffs are over. So get sure you can get your articles in if you want that upgrade. And one last thing I'm going to tell you, or go over, I should say, is the draft order for non-playoff teams. So if you did not make the playoffs, we're going to go through and see what your draft pick is, according to Madden. All right, of course, playoff teams are set by the playoff order. Where you go out in the playoffs is, of course, where you'll end up picking based on that. Let's see. Raiders will have the 15th pick in the first round. Saints will have the number 1 pick. Of course, they lost everything. Let's see. Steelers will have they don't have a first round pick. Okay. Seahawks will have a first round pick at number 12. Titans, number 17. And that may move because they were 10-6. So sometimes it's a little off, but at least you get an idea of where you'll be picking. Bears will have number 9, and they have number 30 from Miami. And I believe that was, what trade was that? Oh, for the safety. Adrian Amos, I believe. Yeah. Bengals have the number 8 pick from the Falcons and number 20 overall. And what was the trade? What was that trade? Maybe Ben will see this and he can comment on that. The Bills, I'm sure I know where their pick is, but they don't have a first round pick. The Broncos 16th in the first round. Cardinals 14th in the first round. Chiefs, this will be an open team, 4th pick in the first round. So that's an incentive for someone to join. Colts 19th pick in the first round. I know that's going to be adjusted. Colts, your pick will be a little higher than that. I know that. Cowboys 22nd pick in the first round. I think that pick will be a little higher also. And they got a bevy of second rounders. My goodness. And third rounders. That's a big draft for the Cowboys coming up. Eagles, 3rd pick overall. Won 1 game this year. Falcons do not have a first round pick. 49ers, 5th pick overall. Big draft for the 49ers. Jaguars, back-to-back picks. 10th from the Steelers. And that was the Ronald Darby deal. And then their own pick at number 11. Oh, they don't have as many picks as I thought. Okay. Let's see. Jets, 2nd pick overall. And I'm sure they'll make that 1 pick and leave because they'll be gone till the 6th round. Good Lord. Lions, 7th pick overall. Packers, 13th pick overall. All right. All right. Well, we're in 24-hour advance now, guys, in the playoffs. So make sure that you schedule these games and get them in within, the 24-hour window. And as usual, once the Super Bowl is scheduled, we'll have the off-season schedule ready to go. Given the fact that we're going into a weekend now, I'm saying a draft will probably be mid next week. Not sure what day. If we get through these playoffs on time, maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday next week is the ideal target for that. So, of course, I'll have that out as soon as possible. We'll have an opening with the Chiefs. And then once again, I'll be watching activity from everyone else that was on auto this year. If you're not active in the offseason, if I don't see you re-sign your players, number one, if I don't see you make bids in that first window of free agency either, I'm going to replace you. Because, just giving up wins just ain't cool. And if there's some people out there that still want to play, which I do get from time to time, we'll get them in here. But right now, only one opening in the Chiefs. I'll put my PSN on them here shortly. And good luck in the playoffs, everyone. I think it'll be a fun time. Out of the teams remaining, I think anyone can win it, as you've seen. I don't think we've had a repeat winner of the Super Bowl yet this year. So good luck, everyone. And we'll see you in the chats. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.